Hi everybody, so this video is going to show you quickly how to annotate PDFs. Now I just noticed when you guys were doing your reading or talking about your reading in class, several of you said, oh, you know, it takes a long time to load. So what that indicated to me was that when you're in class, the way that you're going to do your reading is you are clicking on it directly from the portal and uploading it and reading it online. So obviously there's several problems with this. Excuse me. One of them is that you can only do your reading now when you have access to the internet. And as we know, our internet is not necessarily the most reliable. Also, you know, you can't do your reading when you're sitting on a bus or riding in the car. So you definitely need to make sure that you're saving your reading. Now, I'm on my PC right now, so it's very easy for me to go ahead and save a copy onto my hard drive, you know, into a folder or something like that. If you are on an iPad, I'm going to show you specific directions as to how to save a PDF from there. You could also certainly print it, as I was saying earlier, but I know maybe some of us don't want to kill trees. So I will show you how to do it on an iPad in just a little while. So you have to make sure that you're saving your reading, okay? That doesn't take any extra paper. It takes 2 seconds to do. From there are two different ways that you can annotate your reading. Now, or two different programs, I should say. One of them is Adobe Acrobat Pro, and this is something you have to pay for, but some of you may already have it. I'm not saying that you should go out and buy it if you don't already have it. It's pretty expensive, but you may find that you already have it on your computer. And if you do, then go for it. So on Adobe Acrobat Pro, if I go to Tools and I go to Comment and Markup, I can get this nifty little highlight tool. And you'll notice, actually, if I want to highlight something from the reading, and it might help if I'm zoomed in a little bit so I can see the text a little bit better. You know, I want to highlight this sentence here. Now first I'm going to get a little error message saying that there's no text. That's because PDFs aren't necessarily text. They could be images and so on. So what Adobe Acrobat Pro is going to do is it actually can analyze your PDF to see if there's text. And you do want to do that. And you can say do not show again, so that the default when you do highlighting is to scan and recognize the text of your reading. Now this just takes a couple of minutes. Actually, not even a couple of minutes. It's going to take like 30 seconds to do for the whole document. And once it is done analyzing your reading, you will now be able to highlight. So just one more page. And now, if you're just a highlighter and not so much of a writer, I tend to highlight and then maybe write later. Now I can, you know, highlight one sentence, see how it recognizes the text there, and that's it. Now I can also write comments if I'd like, and for that you could do, you can actually use a series of tools here, like there's, you know, rectangle, you can draw around the text. You can also, by the way, underline if you prefer underlining. I like highlight just because the color stands out. And now what I can do is I can actually, if I want, I can put either a sticky note or I can write in a little comment, like in a text box. Like if I want to say, of course, not responding. Lovely. Hopefully this will work in a second. This is like the 4th video I've recorded because a couple of people walked into my classroom and okay, here we are. All right, wonderful. So, you know, importance of whatever it makes you think of, right? So you can do a text box. If you aren't a big fan of the red text, you can go in and you can edit the color. Doesn't really matter because if you do print it, you know, it's going to come out in black and white. But this way, you know, you can actually have comments, notes on your reading, and you're going to remember what you read so much more, honestly. Also, you can do sticky notes, which take up less space. So, you know, for example, if I'm further on and there really isn't any marginal space, and, you know, I want to make a comment, you know, after this sentence. And then what I can do is add a little sticky note, and I go, you know, all right, I just add a little comment, and it will show up like that. I can minimize it. So then if I minimize it, I can continue to read, but I have this little teeny thing that shows me my comment, right? That's also, you know, it's great because it's in yellow, so you can definitely see where you wrote a comment, and, you know, you're going to be able to remember what you were thinking when you were doing your reading. And honestly, it's hard for me to remember the reading, and the only thing that I'm doing is teaching history. So I can only imagine what it's like for you guys when you're going from class to class. Certainly you have other things on your mind. So this is going to help you so much. One other program, just in case you don't have Acrobat Pro that you can use that's free, is regular Adobe Reader, right? This doesn't really allow you to go in and comment or like edit your reading, but you can still definitely do some things. Now, the highlight text tool, as you guys will notice, right now is not working. Why is that? Because it has not done the scan to recognize text, that is. Now, unfortunately, on Acrobat, I don't believe that there's any way that you can analyze the document to see if there's text. Not that I've discovered. So the only option you have to annotate if you have regular Acrobat Reader is the sticky note tool. But it works the exact same way, right? It looks a little bit different. That might just be because this is a slightly different version. It's either older or newer. But, you know, I can still write a comment, and I can, again, minimize it. And I can actually, it's a little bit annoying because it blocks maybe a word or two. The other thing is, say, you know, you write a comment and then you realize that it isn't relevant, whatever, you want to get rid of it, you can easily delete it if you want. This way it's not going to take up too much space. That is the quick and dirty version of how to do a PDF, or how to annotate a PDF, that is, from an iPad. Now, unfortunately, I can't show you what's going on my iPad, so because this is just recording my screen, but you can use a program like Evernote, which is free, just for the introductory version. You can do that. And I guess what I will try to do is maybe show you really quickly in class how to do that, but this is just something you need to get into the habit of doing. I know that you have a lot of work to do, and I know that you may not necessarily be able to scrutinize and read every single page of the reading I give you. And believe me, when you're in college, you're going to have even more, and you're not going to be able to read it all. So the idea is to maybe skim, maybe not read the entire thing, but read enough of it so, oh, okay, this is really important. You can highlight it or write notes on it, and you're going to be more prepared for the discussion. Hands down, it makes sense. Okay, and this again is going to be really helpful for you in the future. So again, remind me if I forget to just give you a little tutorial about how to do it on an iPad, and that's it. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.